们打的全是实力，不要靠嘴巴。飞在空中，只想听到你们的尖叫声。遇上那战役，拿下的战役，无限的战力，随时的反击，准备上火线。Hey ho hey ho，you don't stop，you don't stop，火线。Hey ho hey ho，let's hear for blue and white，火线。Hey ho hey ho，we're Taipei we embrace，火线。
好的，请双方选手停止赛前练习。Players, please stop practice. Thank you.
好的，也要提醒，欢迎所有现场的朋友来到台北和平篮球馆。那么在精彩的比赛开始之前，我们待会也会有许多的赛前仪式要来进行。那也提醒大家，场馆将在1分钟之后会来陆续的关闭场灯，也请大家可以尽速的找到自己的位置来对号入座。同时，也在移动的时候，待会会变得有些昏暗。 也务必要注意自己的脚步，特别是有带着小朋友前来的，也一定要注意自己的安全。再来要提醒大家的是，配合政府的防疫政策，我们今晚的比赛要邀请大家一起全程沸腾之外，也邀请大家全程佩戴口罩。谢谢。
Because when I look at you, you make everyone else disappear.
Feel my shirt? Know what it's made of? Boyfriend material.
你知道我喜欢穿什么衣服吗？因为你们被我征服。
I'm a bee because I'm crazy for you, honey.
Do you know what's on the menu? Me and you.
不要再抱怨了，抱我。
I think there's something wrong with my phone. Your number's not in it.
拍照可以站我左边吗？因为这样会靠近我的心。
There are 3 reasons I wake up in the morning. My alarm clock, basketball, and you.
是的，相信今天叫醒我们勇士队的也是各位。欢迎大家再一次来到台北和平篮球馆，大家晚安，大家好。 隔了2个月，整整2个月，我们终于再一次的回到自己的主场。那么，在经过了一连串的客场之旅之后，终于在我们白色情人节的前几天回到我们自己的家。那么，在今天以及明天，我们本周再一次与我们的好伙伴某某购物一起推出某某购物 Braves 战队拯救少女心的主题周。我相信，无论从 一入场，大家就拿到粉色系口罩，还有应援手举盘之外，场外的活动、场内的布置都带给大家满满的粉色系。相信无论你是被考试给逼疯的同学，或者是被工作逼疯的同事，甚至是被你另一半所伤心的男孩或女孩，放心，这2天来到球场，就交给勇士战队来拯救你的少女心。 那么也希望大家睽违了2个月回到主场，一定要将所有的力量借给勇士队，一起来好好的为他们加油。以及要来跟大家分享的是，在本周我们也推出了许多的新商品，以及勇士的全新商城也正式上架。特别是在今天、明天，我们勇士队将穿着耀动活力粉球衣，也在我们的2楼商品部已经正式的贩售。希望大家今天可以毫不保留将所有力量借给勇士队，一起来加油。是的。 那么说到加油，相信大家近期都有关注到国际上的一些事件。那我相信在世界上彼此都有很需要这一份加油。那还记得在上周我们前进客场之旅的时候，就有看到许多球迷朋友自发性的一起并肩，想要来相挺乌克兰。 那么，俄乌战争也是大家都不愿意看到的。那包含今天，我们也准备了小国旗、小贴纸，都是希望可以透过各位的进场，用这些力量来帮助声援他们。那也要跟大家说声谢谢，因为大家都是自动的、自发的，想要声援这份力量。 相信在场上我们可能都是对手，但是到了场下，我们都是一起为台湾篮球而努力的好朋友。先给自己掌声可以吗？谢谢大家，透过这样的加油、这样的温暖，一起来声援乌克兰的人道救援。而在日前，富邦集团蔡明忠董事长以及富邦金控蔡明兴董事长也各自捐款了500万元，并领衔富邦集团一共捐款3000万元的新台币，要来为乌克兰加油。同时，在勇士队职员，大家可以看到之前的报道，我们也给小夫，我们队上的小夫，给他更多的空间，让他调整好。而在队职员、行销团队也一起来捐款60万元到台湾世界展望会乌克兰专户，希望可以透过富邦集团这样的抛砖引玉，号召各界的好朋友一起将我们的力量来帮助给乌克兰。那今天我们也将我们的力量一起来借给小夫，让我们一起 Peace No War, We Stand with 乌克兰。那么再回到场上，相信场上的勇士需要你们的加油，场边的各位也需要你们的加油。但是我们要比赛开始之前，有一个正向的力量要来分享给大家，让我们一起更加充满能量。现在就一起来欢迎富邦 Angel。
살지마 빨주 노초 파랗게 네 맘대로 살아봐 화려한 애도 왔지 내일은 뭐하지 솔직해진 너를 봐 다 내 멋대로 make it pop 거울 속에 비춰진 내가 차갑게 보여 내가 나쁘게 보여 자유로워지고 싶어 하늘 높이 나답게 노는 거야 Jump for the girls. Welcome to the party, girls. Jump for the girls. Girls. Jump for the girls. Girls. Oh, 心情就像杯里的气泡海盗茶。管他谁跟到第二几寸都没差，跟上了我的脚步，准备好出发。Come on, we can jump, yes, we can jump。女士决心爱自己，天经地义，热力风暴就要来袭，全场跟着我准备即刻叹息。Jump for the girls, girls, dance with me. Jump for the girls, girls, dance with me. Jump for the girls. Welcome to the party. Girls. Welcome to the party. Jump for the girls. Welcome to the party. Girls. Welcome to the party.
掌声谢谢富邦 Angel。
我做着白日梦，白日梦，白日梦，你做着白日梦，白日梦。
现在为各位介绍本场次首发球员登录名单。首先介绍客队来访的福尔摩沙台新梦想家球员名单。球员背号0号陈正杰，背号7号陈立焕，背号8号王正源，背号11号林俊吉，背号18号杨胜燕，背号21号简浩，球员背号26号李德威，97号郑子阳。为您介绍台新梦想家先发5人名单：球衣背号14号吴永胜，球衣背号17号 No. 17希特斯，球衣背号23号 No. 23钱肯尼， 球衣背号24号number 24辛沃克，以及球衣背号42号number 42布伊德。泰西梦想家总教练 Head Coach Kyle Julius， 助理教练赖柏林、刘文和、汤马斯、罗伊亚克斯，防护员侯耀新，球队管理王玉志，总经理 GM 韩俊凯。请梦想家球员先回到球员席。球迷朋友们，全新的赛季，我们将以卫冕目标迈进，相信自己没有极限，相信队友，相信教练，相信球迷朋友的支持力量，相信富邦勇士无限的可能。今年也再次打造热血沸腾的勇士主场。
I'm ready to do it, I can't be afraid now. Put me on the stage now, I'm ready to rage now. I feel like an animal stuck in a cage and I'm ready to break out. So what are you afraid of? Those feelings are made up. Get in the game, you're moment of fame, so then what you made of. It's time that we stand up, it's time that we man up. For anyone asking who is the best, we put in our hands up. My time, none of you people can tell me to stop. This time, like the last time.
We believe， 凭我相信。富邦勇士的球迷朋友们，你们准备好了吗？现场为各位介绍第一组队台北富邦勇士，让我听见你们的尖叫声。首先欢迎勇士吉祥物比尔，球衣背号0号后卫蓝洋小跑车赖廷恩。
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth. Romance is in the air. Welcome to the weekend of White Valentine's. Today's matchup is between the Formosa Taishin Dreamers and the Taipei Fubon Braves here in Hoping Gymnasium in Taipei. I'm Ryan Chen, your Plus League English play-by-play on a solo broadcast. Thank you all for joining us. The Dreamers and the Braves were coming off a weekend where they played the Taishin Pilots in their home openers. Pilots went 2-1 for a good start to get back into contention in a little bit. In the afternoon game in the Plus League, the Lioneers defeated the Steelers And that makes it a 5-game losing streak for one of the new teams in our league. It's been 55 days since the Braves last played a home game. They've had 4 road games in a row. The team now with the longest active home and home gap is the new Taipei Kings. That will span from January 9th till March 26th, which is 76 days and 8 games. During this time, the HBL has used their stadium, and in fact, the Final Four is this weekend. 2 games of complete, 1 underway. Don't be surprised if we get a lot of high school basketball in the chatter.
2个国家的平民百姓跟政权一直都没有关系，所以我觉得很不公平的。
我自己也身为军人，所以我也觉得说这个战争尽量是避免不要有。
就是虽然你是在台湾打球，那你的家人都在国外，但是我们台湾的球迷以及大家都是你就是在台湾的家人一样，我们都会为你支持。
那我看他从台啤我就开始支持他了，对，所以我很喜欢小夫啊，希望小夫可以继续加油。
小夫虽然说你现在在台湾，然后也很担心在乌克兰的家人，但是我们都希望这个战争能够赶快停止，然后希望你在台湾的这段时间都可以跟乌克兰的家人们保持着联系，然后希望你的家人能够平安，我们都会永远支持你，加油哦！
虽然说比赛一样在进行啦，家里也发生这种事情，还是以他的心情为重，他家人为重，当然比赛就努力就好，加油就好。
希望他在乌克兰的家人都可以平安，然后他们可以早日团圆这样子。
台湾很支持你。
好，希望战争能够赶快结束，塞瑟夫加油！
要注意身体健康，然后我们球迷都一直支持着他。
对，小夫加油！
小夫加油！小夫加油！小夫加油！塞瑟夫加油！小夫加油！希望一切平安。塞瑟夫加油！
塞瑟夫加油！我们都会支持你，一起挺过这个难关。
We stand with Ukraine. We stand with Zaitsev. 球衣背号32号中锋 ，at the center 小夫塞瑟夫。
Braves quickly put together that video message in support of Ukraine and Zaitsev. Also impressive because they had to add subtitles in Mandarin and English, which is, as we know in the Plus League, a big challenge. The Braves organization has pledged to donate 600,000 NT to humanitarian efforts and gave out stickers for every fan in attendance who came through the doors, placed on their mask or whatever. But the financial group of Fubon is going to donate 30 million NT, which is the equivalent of about $1 million US. So in support of their fellow teammate and as a humanitarian effort. After missing a game in Taoyuan, Zaitsev is in the active roster. We expect him to be in the starting lineup. The current standings, with the Dreamers on top with 8 wins and 5 losses, and the Braves in the second spot, 9 wins and 6 losses. Lioneers maintain their position and improve, moving to 9 and 7, whereas the Steelers fall to 4 and 11. Remember, fans, that the Plus League playoffs in the second season will be a top 4 team seeded 2-round tournament. On screen now is our Mandarin broadcast duo. On the left, it's Sam Chen. On the right, Mark 田文奎。球迷朋友们，你们要听田文奎跟何守正的转播，按照中文的转播连接，你现在谢谢你收看英文的转播连接。The Braves are trying to win their second head-to-head after holding the Dreamers to 68 points in Taichung back on February 12th. It's kind of an interesting matchup because the Braves allow their opponents the most three-pointers, or maybe their opponents have been forced to take the most three-pointers, depends on your perspective. And the Braves are 8-1 In games they allow less than 94 points, which pretty makes sense, and their field goal percentage opponents are 47% or lower, which is logical. In the wins, they allow 27% opponent three-point percentage, and in their losses, 41. Meanwhile, the Dreamers rely on their three-point production, and every single game they fail to make 1/4 of their threes, and they cannot score more than 80 points. They are 4-1, the one being their 80-point victory. Meanwhile, they are 7-1 in games where they score more than 80 points and shoot a decent percentage from three, and it makes them an interesting counter to the Braves, who pride themselves on interior defense. Pre-game, we caught up with Coach
shooting
Julius.
has definitely been, inconsistent, something we're working on. I think it's a product of, other things that are happening on the court. I think, we have a group that cares very much, and things go wrong. I think sometimes it affects the shooting, and then sometimes the shooting affects the next play. So, we're working on being, more mentally consistent throughout the course of those games. We've been getting good open shots. We seem to get a lot of really good open shots against Fubon. I think we get the most open shots against Fubon than anyone. So we just have to relax and make them. But these guys are good shooters, and I think it'll level out as the season progresses. What else do we need? I don't think we need anything else. I just think we need to get better. This first part of the season has been so long. I think people forget that we're not even at the halfway mark. I think Chinese New Year break and then the break for the national team, it's like really extended this first part of the season. So I don't think we've played as well as we can yet. I think we've shown a game or two, that we've been solid. But as far as putting 4 and 5 good games together, we're not there yet. So to answer your question, what else do we need? We just need to keep getting better, just keep working. I believe in the system that we're trying to execute. I think we just need to continue to do that. And then now we're going to be in a little bit of an experimental phase here with some new players. So we got to work through that as well. So a little bit more time and just continue to, trust the process and get better.
Talking about inconsistencies, the Dreamers, after besting the Braves here on opening day with a big comeback, end up only scoring 64 in their home opener in Taichung. Only scored 80 points in an overtime game against the Lioneers, their first matchup, the Xieliu Chenhe, round 1. And they have defeated the Braves on a Friday night in Taichung, but the second time was a Saturday game where the Braves held them to 68 points, like I mentioned. Familiar face in the middle with a little bit of a fro. Devin Hicks has rejoined the Dreamers. On the other side, Coach Aaron spoke to us pre-game about the Braves and their playing shape.
好，那 Z 的部分其实他当然心情在上面还是会有些许影响了，但是我们教练团在看来，他其实还是蛮全心全意投入在训练的。那其实他之前也是有一些伤势的问题，像 Z 跟 Mike 多多少少因为常年的征战，他们都会有一些身体的小伤。那我们其实就是看因为因应对战组合，然后有机会可以让 Z 可以休息的话，其实我们还是希望让他们的身体是养好100%康复了，然后再回来。那麦的状况也是一样，因为在年前吧，他的阿基里斯腱的一个伤势其实是算是比较严重一点。那我们也是想说，希望他100%康复。那康复回来的时候，其实因为过年期间，然后有一个7天的一个休息，那对他来说，其实要恢复，我们其实是不太担心啊。而且麦在训练中其实是一个非常自我要求的一个球员。那相信后面下半季还有很多场比赛，麦可以慢慢的调整回来。
Asked about the health of the team, especially considering Zaitsev concerned about his home country and his family, relatives and friends out there. Maybe not getting the best sleep, the best rest, though Aaron compliments him for having focus in the game. And Singletary also having some time off to deal with his Achilles discomfort. Ray is the crew chief in today's officiating threesome, flanked by 2 referees who were in our league last season. Starting line for the Dreamers, left to right, it's Walko, Boyd, Jeff will get the start. Kenny's back from injury, and Hicks. Meanwhile, for the Braves, it's a familiar starting lineup. It's Zaisev, Ray, Li Mengxue, Singletary, Joseph Lin, and Jet Chang. Ihor Zaisev this season, 19 points a game, 10 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 1 steal, 1.2 blocks. That 1.2 blocks mark does lead the team, is 6th overall in the Plus League. Part of the Fubon umbrella of companies is Momo. Momo TV is our broadcast partner, and Momo Shopping itself a large online retailer here in Taiwan. Last season, Zaisev wore Xiaofu. Kind of play on words. Players get to customize their Valentine's Day themed jerseys. Dreamers control the tip. This will be the first time they're playing without Brendan Gilbeck as a player, even though he's available. Aaron pass, and here come the Braves, like to run. Joseph Lin pushed out. They're going to call a foul on Jeff. Not an often starter. It's more often than not, Coach Julius likes to go with Achi. The two of them alternate playing time for the most part. Jeff started the season off more often. This will be his 9th. Singletary, as we mentioned, dealing with Achilles injuries in the game weekend that they lost to the Steelers. Deep shot, getting the friendly bounce. That's Jet, first points of the game. Kenny, he also missed action last week against the Pilots, and seen as a big reason. They shot poorly and looked disorganized, but Coach Julius, citing his leadership, boy, he kind of lost track of things. Finally lays it up. Zaisev to Singletary on the rebound. Deep pass, a little too much. Mengxue to Jet with the 2 points in transition. Loose with the basketball again. Another Braves possession. Good start for them. Another 3. That one kind of a heat check. Way off the mark. Kenny trying to work against Singletary. Floats one up. Too strong. Oh, Mike, a little loose with the dribble. Able to put it up and in. That's a quick timeout for the Dreamers. A warm homecoming that the Braves experiencing and giving more energy to the fans than the other way around for now. We'll go to a break and back after this. Give the stream a like to promote Taiwan basketball. Haven't even had the chance to talk about Stephen Hicks. As we see in the crowd, Jiang Wan'an, grandson of the famous Jiang family. Kenny hesitating and hitting the layup after the pump. Singletary and Zaitsev on the pick and roll. They're getting the switch. Still looking for it. Mungsher stuck. Nobody noticed Jet's been wide open all this time. Joseph Lin with the runner. Got a lot of work done on his shoulders. You can see the suction cup work as there's a foul on the drive. Joseph Lin, at times with the Braves, is their leading scorer. Currently, 11.8 points per game. As the Braves try to get some consistency, though they probably don't mind rotating a lot of the veterans they do as the primary scorer. Jeff misses his first free throw. Jeff averaging 9 points a game on the season. Splits the trip. And now as we see, Dreamers applying a little bit of pressure. It worked the opening game, especially because the Braves pretty much were out of guards. Singletary takes the fadeaway. This time the roll's out. Back the other way with speed. Hicks, there he is. Number 17 wearing the LP short sleeve compression shirt. Boyd screens for Jeff, bounce pass to Walco. To Boyd, finding space, gets the bucket. As I mentioned, without Brandon Gilbeck, 213-centimeter center for the Dreamers, going instead with a lineup like last year as Joseph Lin knocks down the three. Good form continues for the Braves as there's a nice fadeaway by Jeff in the corner. Jet working with Zaitsev. Choosing his own fadeaway, too strong, and Mungsher got the long rebound. Zaitsev down low, easy matchup. Walker was trailing him, but not enough size. An enthusiastic Huping Arena without any audio assistance. Jet with the long rebound. Joseph Lin trying to boil on the scoring. Finishes with a strong left hand. Already 7 points in this one. 3 of 3 shooting is impressive. So anyways, last season, the Dreamers pretty much just played with Derek Lee the way as their center for the most part. This year choosing to bring in Gilbeck, kind of hold the middle. He does lead the team in blocks and the lead as there's another layup. This time Jet taking his turn. Those two guys, nice buds. Pensa G on the back of his jersey. That literally translates to Jet. I'm trying to find the word for jet engine, but I guess it's a jet engine plane. Got another timeout. Braves right now getting whatever they want on the offensive end, and as the Dreamers, you can't see this happen. The fast break points too. As I mentioned, without Gilbeck's protection underneath, everybody's got to be, there's your Mandarin lesson, 到位. You got to match up, you got to commit to your role. The Dreamers call timeout. They will be out for the rest of the first half. And Coach Julius would be taking big risks, trying to challenge any plays in the first half. Because if you're unsuccessful, it is now going to be a technical. I guess I have to correct myself. If he calls any timeouts now, the team would lose their 30-second player timeout in the last 2 minutes of the game. Not even halfway through the first quarter, already a couple timeouts by the road team. As I mentioned, they didn't play well last Saturday against the Pilot. Doug Creighton's subbed in the game. Hicks takes a seat. They shot just 37% from the field, 3 of 22. Excuse me, 34%, 10 of 44 from deep range. Derek's in the game as well. Walko lays it in with the left hand. Of course, it came out in the referee report. The referees did miss a couple crucial calls down the stretch. Well, let's see how the Dreamers recover from it. Zaisev pumps his way to a left-hand finish against familiar foe and Derek. The two, of course, matched up in the SBL first. There's a friendly roll for Doug. Probably going to play him a lot more earlier in this one. Saturday, he played 35, almost 36 minutes. Jet. Joseph Lin, no subs for the Braves yet, and there's a block shot by number 26, 2-on-2. Jeff to Walko, able to finish. Now the Braves look a little out of sorts. A 6-point Braves lead. Welcome to the broadcast, folks. Zaisev looks off some teammates, missing the 3. Randall Walko swings it around. It's Derek with his 3, in and out. Been quite a journey with Derek, trying to improve his 3-point stroke. Last season was a solid 3-point shooter, as now Zaisev left open for the lay-in. Michael Singletary there to feed it to him. Doug, 3 on the curl. They don't pass it to him. It'll be Jeff driving Zaisev to the corner. Hammer action for Doug, short. As I was mentioning, Derek, 11 for 58 from 3 last season, but we had his hot streaks as Michael Singletary shows him how it's done. Deep shot of his own. Slip to the basket, and they're going to call a foul. Singletary providing the last line of defense. Called for the foul. 25 points already for the Braves. As we see, he did get the body. Quite a dramatic fall for Derek. Just flop on himself. As you can hear, Beast leads the Jizz into the game, and so is Laitia. So kind of subbing out 2 point guards for 2 other point guards, and Winston will join him, putting the Flag of Ukraine sticker on his jersey. That with all his players. Laitia last week sported the Ukrainian flag on his wrist sweatband. He had a good game with 11 points, 8 of them in the 4th quarter. Really put that one away. Derek with the makes. Aji's in, definitely can provide some pressure on the ball handlers. Not interesting offense as Laitia misses short, and Ricochet, they're gonna say off the Braves. So Cooper, name put on the back of his jersey. He is Xiaopao after all. Hicks aims one up and knocks it down from deep. Welcome back to the Plus League, Stephen Hicks. Had all my pregame notes for him ready. Now I get to start using it. Singletary with Derek guarding him, making room, getting the roll. The high-scoring first quarter. Kenny with room, had that one blocked. Beast didn't give up on the play. Now he's going to lead the break. 2 guys on him. Winston will try the right-handed finger roll with English in Doug's face. There's almost a 10-centimeter difference between the two of them. Taiwan listed at 190, Doug listed at 200 as Aji makes his way to the bucket. This Plus League is known for defense, but it's not showing up right now. Taishin kind of juked out Zaitsev, and that's a team turnover. Strive for Greatness is Brendan Smart's Instagram handle. So Strive, I guess, will be the name he uses. Well, wouldn't he want his last name to be Greatness? These are the kind of questions we ask on the English broadcast. Michael Singletary will come out of the game. Derek at the high post to Hicks, going middle, getting bodied. Can't make the shot, and there's a loose ball foul. Boyd fighting for position. Not an easy task among Igor Zaitsev and Brendan Smart. Smart, a leading rebounder at the collegiate level. Speaking of college basketball, finals will be next weekend. They actually do a Final Four situation. We see a deep shot by the Dreamers, missed, and Boyd with another rebound. He does lead the team with 12 a game, 8 in the league. Hicks knocks down the deep jumper. Now just a 6-point lead. Braves are having some trouble on the defensive end too, and have been stuck at 29. Beast terminates his dribble. It's going to be a Zaitsev down the middle post and called on the floor. Only 5 fouls by the teams combined so far. As I mentioned, Hicks last season with the Dreamers, 10 regular season games, came a little later than Anthony Tucker and Jaron Young, who are on the team for the preseason even. Smart had that one intercepted. Now deep pass. Hicks finishes with the right-handed layup. Shades of Game 3 last year's finals in Changhua. Anyways, 22.5 points. Raised to 27.2 points in the playoff run the Dreamers had. Beast from 3, no good. Now it's the Dreamers who are playing with better pace. Boyd able to get the foul and the basket. Smart, the one who committed. The Braves are discombobulated now. Kind of rare for even imports to have guys who can withstand the Brendan Smart contact. We got an extra look from Boyd in the left baseline camera. Mike's back in the game along with the landlord. So one thing, Zaitsev will take a seat. With that basket, Boyd with 4 points. Make it 5 and a 1-point deficit for the road team. So Jet and Joe Lin right now are players with the best plus minus. Derek trying to cheat to stay in front of Beast, though he'd argue that there'd be some interesting hand checking that might go on the offense. Three team fouls for the Dreamers. 2 of them on Derek. He'll take a seat. Here's Gilbeck on the bench. Landlord looking for an opportunity, not so much to score himself. Beast messed up the behind the back. Running low on time. Smart will take the tough shot. Lucky to get the rim at all. Aji pushing the pace. Lightingan working hard to keep up. No success with that steal attempt. They swing it around. Creighton couldn't get the roll. D-pass Landlord. Got that one knocked away by Achi, showing off his hops. Featuring G only 173 centimeters. The Landlord is listed at 204, which is about 6'8". Landlord to the middle. Kenny not able to do anything about it. Braves breaking the 30-point mark as Hicks shakes him, gets to the basket, no good. Putback block by Singletary. Almost traveled there as another deep pass to the Landlord falls out of bounds. They'll say it'll stay with the Braves. They've lost almost all of their momentum from the start of the game. Give another look. The Landlord making all kinds of weird momentum, mid-range shots like that all his career. They run the same play for Mike, no good, and Dunwinting to the basket. Nice pump fake and finish. I mean, we've got all kinds of Mandarin lessons. This one may be more Taiwanese. Well, yeah, it's an old, experienced guy who knows what he's doing. 2-for-1 opportunity for the Dreamers. Kenny fires from the corner, got it. A much improved three-point shooter. Right now at 40%, which is the #4 shooter in the league from beyond the arc. Smart takes a fadeaway, buries it. One last possession for the Dreamers. Down by 4. Doug back to Hicks with space, no good. One last chance for the Braves if they can get it off. Through pass and Singletary able to finish at the basket. Nice feed by the Landlord. The Braves are so good at finishing possessions off with the clock running down. Big credit to their veteran players. They're gonna head to the break with the lead. The Dreamers are making a game out of it. Exciting Plus League action on a Saturday. Be back after this.
掌声谢谢富邦 Angel。好的，那我也快速的来跟大家介绍，今天陪大家一起为勇士加油的富邦 Angel 有哪些朋友。首先在我右手边的是我们的杰米，再来是我们的丹丹，接着是我们的叔叔，继续是我们的东东。好，这个不重要，接着是我们的慈妹，再来是我们的安娜。 接着是我们的卡卡，最后是我们的柠檬，当然还有最重要的比尔，掌声送给他，谢谢各位。
So why is everything pink here? And how come the Steelers also sporting a pink theme? For those of you who don't know, White Valentine's Day is March 14th every year. Is a Japanese celebration that started about 50 or so years ago. Could be considered one of those merchandise holidays. It's supposed to be an answer to a Valentine's Day, but in White Valentine's Day, the girls and the women can be a little bit more proactive with maybe confessions of feelings or gift giving. Now, I had to look this up because I've not been in Japan for White Valentine's Day. The big Consumer Bowl is marshmallows, and some call it the Marshmallow Day. More on that in the broadcast for tomorrow's game. Braves get a hot start, but Dreamers pull it to within 6. Big key is playing Jet and Joe together in the first part, then Doug and Derek coming in kind of as the answer substitution-wise. Kenny getting a knock to the head by the basketball. I think he'll stay with the Braves, though. Hachi and Kenny, teammates for 2 seasons and parts of the ABL. It's gonna go to Landlord, posting up Doug. Hammer to Jet, Boyd sticking with him. Through pass and out of bounds off the Dreamers. Unsuccessful first possession. Now harkening back to opening day, the Dreamers had a 41-point third quarter in what was a rather high-scoring affair. 111 to 108 was the final. Achi finding room and getting the lay-in. He's having a good game too, and that seems to be the odd thing about the Dreamers starting point guards. There's an errant pass. Achi taking the 3, no good. Deep rebound, the Braves control. Achi already with 4 quick points. Zaisev getting 2 guys on the post up. Get the lay-in. The referees might have given him a step because the Dreamers came over to help. Got the basketball. Boyd going left, getting the foul. Boyd also leads the team in scoring, 18.5 points a game, which is 10th best in the league, as we see Dreamers wanted to travel. 2 personals on the Ukrainian Igor Zaisev. He played with 3 Ukrainian clubs before going abroad, so to speak. The next team was in Poland. They get the switch. Boyd on the block against Singletary. Getting stuck and getting the shot blocked from behind. Probably they're gonna call 24 seconds. According to the Dreamers, Boyd is supposed to be their answer to Michael Singletary and the signing of Brendan Dawson during the preseason. They say Boyd a little bit stronger while maintaining a pretty accurate 3-point stroke. They went to him there. College teammates colliding. That's Brendan Smart and Achi, both members at Taishin University and champions at that level. Well, I'm pretty sure Achi have a hard time knocking Smart down, so. Deep pass, Zaisev missing it, and Singletary. I guess you would say he smashed that one in. Motion offense for the Dreamers. Gets a little stuck. Deep pass, Boyd can't finish. Singletary was the deep defender then. Joseph Lin working right then left, leaving Mike open. Now Zaisev. Go to the line, Achi. All he could do was push him out of bounds. So Achi with a couple of displays of strength here. Knocking Smart down in transition on defense, then pushing Zaisev out of the way as we see Michael Singletary trying to perform some aerial acrobatics. Well, the 2 points count just the same, though I don't know if it had quite the effect as maybe like Lee Jarre Evan with the Lioneers last week, or maybe Devin Robinson. Julian Boyd had a few putback dunks this season. Anyways, it's Zaisev to the line. Missing the first free throw. those Ukrainian clubs, Kurvas, Azomash, and Kimmich. Before he moved on to play in Poland, Spain, and moved to Taiwan for basketball in 2018. Calvin, fresh in the game, dishes it to Walko, who gets the three. Jet driving left, kicking to Singletary. Easy play there as Smart able to get the rebound. I got the one-on-one on Walko, will be called for traveling. One of those cases where maybe he allowed himself a little bit too much time and got in trouble. Low scoring second quarter, 5-4 in favor of the Dreamers. Deep shot off the mark. Kenny, the recipient of Calvin's box out. Jeff fakes out Joseph Lin, then leaves it short. His putback attempt, no good. He'll go to the line. 2 possessions in a row where the Braves don't box out. See again. Brendan Smart not guarding anybody, just committing the foul. At the line, Jeff, too strong with his first free throw on the season. He's only taken 6 attempts. And another miss. Stuck in the corner, but out of bounds off the Dreamers. Box formation for the Braves. Right now, Zheng Xiangjun, Ray Mengxue, Singletary popping free, choosing the drive, going to the basket. Singletary's pleading for the foul, though they're just going to say out of bounds. Derek does have a couple fouls on him, so be a big disadvantage to get one now. On the Dreamers depth chart, the only center registered is, other center registered is Nick Ziyao. Running low on time, Jet takes a tough fadeaway. Gonna miss the rim for another shot clock violation. Six turnovers already in the game by the Braves. Committed 24 on that opening day loss. Jeff to the basket, left hand is in. Cutting the lead to 3. Jack provides a screen, now down screens for Jet. Jet will take the deep 2, no good, and Michael Singletary finally getting a touch on the rebound. Can't get the putback, and we'll have to head back in a little frustration. John Green switches out onto Calvin, loose ball. It's Singletary, one man to beat. Jeff almost had him. Will just be a foul. Referee trying to calm him down. Another look at that, Calvin unaware of Singletary coming over. Trying to argue for a clear path, but it looked to me that Woo Young-sun was reaching for the basketball that first attempt. In any case, he'll be rewarded with free throws. Already with 11 points, 5 of 8 shooting, and 6 rebounds. It's Michael Singletary's evening so far. And as kind of hinted before, it is a very busy weekend of basketball. We've got our 2+ league games. There's 2 other men's league playing, the WSBL. Have 2 games today and 4 high school games in the semifinals of the HBL as Joseph Lin jumps into a foul, got caught in the air. The second quarter playing out very different than the first. Now the Braves call timeout. Anyway, so in total this weekend there'll be 24 games across 5 leagues, 5 cities, and 7 venues. Thank you for choosing to watch the Plus League. We'll be back after this.
那记得待会的比赛区就是你的座位，不用下来集合，领奖再记得。我来送个这个女生好了，来再来4号，换这边好了。那个中线灯牌的，你注意到我。好，哪边的热情？他让我看到了，酷帅高冷。好，待会要记得从原座位参赛哦，所以不用集合。
With the trade and signing deadline coming up, be sure to follow the Plus League social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and now LinkedIn. Yes, indeed, the landlord is his name. Chen Wending, his reputation for protecting the paint on the national team and his storied career in the SBL. See fans in the last year's Plus League jersey. So in the city of Taipei is the HBL semifinals today and finals tomorrow. That's at the Taipei, now we call it the Mini Dome because the Taipei Dome will be a indoor baseball venue. Before we left off, Jeff at the line leaves it short. Only 1 for 4, bringing down the Dreamers' shooting percentage at the line. Missing right on the second attempt, so that makes it 1 of 5, 1 of 6. Man, those numbers pile up really quick. Trying to get it back on the defensive end. Landlord and Zaisev. Jeff jumps in front of that pass. Zaisev left to take the deep shot, no good. Derek to Hicks. Across the Walco. Looked off the defender, but didn't take the shot. Dreamers getting good looks, but very hesitant. So it's gonna be up to Kenny. Had that one block, and Derek pushes an air ball toward the hoop. And Coach Julius looking to get a sub in. It's gonna be Boyd. 6 minutes to go. And this second quarter has become incredibly stagnant. Only combined 13 points. There it is on screen, 7 for the Dreamers, 6 for the Braves as Jeff goes down. Make sure you get that spot cleaned up. Landlord fakes the shot behind the head to Zaisev. That's been so popular these days as Singletary leaves the layup short. And the and one by Xiaofu. Big Z able to finish at the rim on the second effort. Having himself a pretty solid comeback. Already with 10 points and 4 boards. Just from three-point line, missed from the free throw line so far. We'll try to make it up now. But 5 of 6 from 2. It's kind of the answer that the Dreamers don't really have. Makes the free throw for the three-point play. As we see Beast come in along with Lewis. Jian Wei-Lu. Wei-Lu, keep your pants on. Free throws in the quarter. 0 for 4 are the Dreamers. Jeff's the only one to take trips, if I remember correctly. Derek got the slip, and the basketball gets loose. Singletary trying to get after Hicks to get the foul. What was a good offensive play, but the Braves had just one more player back on defense than the Dreamers were ready for. Here we see Gilbeck sitting next to Nick. 2 other centers on the Dreamers team. Singletary, 13 points, make it 14. With his hot start, was considered a very strong candidate for import of the year, and still is. Almost 22 points a game, with 12 rebounds per game. Also assists on 3.5 per contest. Motion, but Boyd loses the dribble. They'll have to restart. Spread things open. Landlord trying to keep up. So it's going to be a Boyd 3 off the side of the backboard. And here comes the deep attack by the Braves. Lewis able to finish. This can happen, but funny ricochets on the missed shot might do that to you. Landlord also very proficient full court passer. Jeff getting by Zaitsev. And Boyd try to squeeze his way. It's going to be a miss. And Beast with the spinner. Lewis able to save it to Singletary. Not a perfect touchdown pass, but I guess hook and ladder before the end zone will work just all right. Scoring run by the Braves. Wacko to Derek will take the 3. Not exactly the roles you want him in, but he can knock it down. Swish for number 26. And stemming the tide. 6 fast break points in this quarter for the Braves. There on your screen. Translation provided by yours truly, Ryan Chen. As there's a foul call. Not an easy call because the referee can only see it from his angle on the baseline. And Coach Julius giving instruction to the troops. For the rest of 3:50, the Braves will be in the bonus. As a Boyd takes a seat. Now it's Singletary to the line again. Rolling that one out. Born out of El Paso, went to Kingwood in Houston. A number of other Plus League players also from Texas, including future teammate Perry Jones III, it was announced. He went to high school in Duncanville, Texas, before Baylor University, that is. Kenny trying to shake off the landlord, no good. Wacko will take a deep 3, banks it in. As backed by the Taishin Financial Group. Lewis Fakes off the shot. Landlord looking for an opportunity. Driving, hooking, no good. Mike too big for Kenny. But Jeff intercepting that pass. Working across Hicks, out to Walco. Walco hasn't got that movement to create any space for himself. Derek on Beast, taking the fade away, no good. Showing off his repertoire. Now Beast getting by. No look pass to Lewis. Knocked down the three. Not a good trade for the Dreamers, excuse me. Good trade for the Braves. 3-point percentage, pretty high in this one. Both teams above 40%. The league average is 29. There's a Beast and Derek post up, but it's gonna be a Hicks three. Missed everything. Now Lewis, nice crossover, back to Beast. His three-pointer, got it! Braves having fun now as the Dreamers pull it back. Haji sitting nearby, ready to check back in. Interesting, because it doesn't seem like the Dreamers need pace as Jeff misses his deep three. Beast gesturing for the 1-4. Landlord post up. Singletary on top. Fires from three. No. And Beast with a rebound. Amongst 4 Dreamers, they're going to be called for the foul. Another foul on Kenny Chen after another look at Lewis, this time dishing it out. Well, in this very game, other Texas natives include Julian Boyd, born in San Antonio, went to William Howard. There's so many more on other teams, I might just cut myself off here. Made free throw by Beast. Makes 2. Will be turning 40 years young this June. Walco driving middle, trying again, getting the foul. Giving a little kick to the LED board. He knows his team needs to score the basketball, take advantage of those opportunities. Another break. It's the Braves who call timeout, probably trying to get their rest in, maybe offensive, defensive subs. But they've been on a strong run here. The largest lead in the game for the Braves, 17 points, that's right now. Listening in on the Braves timeout, conducted by Roger. Looks like Beast is calling an audible.
你带过来，到这边的时候再开始，你到这边志杰夹走，跟你 hand off 回来，一 hand off 回来 ，hand off 回来之后就回档哦，回档开始变 early back。
Hand
所以
off,
第一个射手第一个韦卢沃根玉，第二个
Jackie will come into the game.
I need your help set screen right here, then go second guy. After screen you just go high. 好，来 let's go.
So if you understood any of that, fans, good for you. Sounds like handoff to pick and roll. And maybe a pin down on the opposite side. In any case, 1 minute and 14 seconds left in the first half. Braves scored 37 in the first quarter, 24 in the second. Meanwhile, the Dreamers stuck on 13 in this frame. Walco makes the first free throw. Not that it's any huge indicators of success or failure. The Dreamers average about 44, 45 points this season. So they're about that mark. And right now, defense is the big letdown for them. The handoff, the screen. Nothing opening up. So Beast taking things into his own hands. Jackie takes the long two. That's what he's good at. Number 29 makes the first shot. That's what you love as a coach, to have guys able to execute. Deep pass by Achi, out of bounds. See, Hicks is a different kind of player. He'll like to sink in on the plays as it's progressing instead of backing out like some other players might. He was a former Dreamer, as we mentioned last season, though. They got to get used to him. Dreamers have also have Stefan Jankovic, who's in quarantine. Now Jackie with a left-handed lay-in on Walko. Exact thing, I always bring this up. A little revenge on Walko's poster dunk on him in tight zone. Now a 20-point lead for the home team. Achi shaking on the landlord. Walko, quick fire three, short. And Hicks will get the foul on the second attempt. Talk about details in the game of basketball. Jackie catching and moving a little bit to the right before driving left. Fans, you catch that? Hicks at the line, knocks down the first. The thing about Hicks is there's a reason why he likes to sink down low, because only a 27% three-point shooter in the Plus League, regular season and in the playoffs. Makes the pair. 16 seconds for the Braves. They get the switch. All that action, nothing happening. Beast faking out. Hicks laying it in. And got that funny stare against the opponent. Like I mentioned, Dreamers make a little bit of a game in the first quarter, but it's been all Braves in the second. We'll head to the half with a 20-point lead.
测的是首位投进3分球的勇士球员，可以看向杰明手上，就是我们的3号张宗宪，掌声给他。因为宗宪要来帮大家谋福利，所以投给他的举个手，我们看一下。对宗宪很有信心的朋友，好，不要离开，先不要去厕所，忍耐一下，因为有马上机会来抽到你。那我要来邀请我们的好伙伴，我们的Momo购物古元宏总经理来帮我抽奖，欢迎总经理来到场中。那么在赛前，我们的活动也要来请总经理今天帮我们来抽出神预测。总经理先帮我抽出5位，我们这5位可以获得 Momo 浪漫套组，里面有 CNF 的香氛以及 Happy Sock 的袜子。好，我一个一个来哈。来，第1位，编号4180，4180，4180，被我念到了，拿到得奖联的，赶快来到我们的篮筐后方，有我们比尔 logo 的头像，找我们工作人员来报到，赶快哦！第1位是4180，同时也欢迎我们的 Momoko 还有我们的 Kiwi 来到场中。好，我先说有一位很可爱的朋友，这一位6014啊，你2个都丢过来，我要怎么找到你？不好意思，谢谢。很可惜，要记得得奖联跟抽奖联要分开哦。好，这个我们再重抽一张。第2位1430，1430，1430，赶快确认你的得奖联。再来是 1366，1366，1366，1366，接着是4064，4064，4064，再来是0215，0215，以上5位可以获得 Momo 所推出的浪漫套组。再来总经理帮我抽最后一位大奖，他可以获得 Tokuyo A 咖翻转美腿机，只有1台哦。我想这个球员自己也很想要，到底会是谁呢？3158，3158，3158，赶快来到我们的场边找我们工作人员报道。我再附送一次，前面5位是4180、1430、1366、4064、0215，最后我们 Tokyo 美腿机是3158。好，我们赶快来到两边来做集合领奖。那我们先请总经理先回座，待会我们再来请你颁奖。好，再来，接下来就是要请刚刚我们往前一步 ，Momoko 跟 Kiwi 往前一步。对，我们让身后这个他们的目标来到场中。来，我先请拿到沙包的朋友站起来，并且举手。我先确认1到10号在哪里。来，都先站起来。1号在哪里？1号。2号在哪里？
You can read the English About page of the Plus League now on the site. If you need that direct linkage, pleagueofficial.com/about_EN. Mark and Sam providing our Mandarin commentary. 和守正田文奎提供我们的中文语言转播。我是陈冉彦，谢谢你的收看。Don't forget to leave a like, guys, on the stream. And the Braves right now have a 20-point lead, but no fear, Dreamers. The opening day turnaround victory, according to the numbers, Braves had the largest lead at 21 before the Dreamers were able to come back with a 68-point second half. I believe that's the league record. But in the first half, Haji starting things off on the bench. Come in, brought some energy, 4 points and an assist. Though not too bad himself. Williamson, the actual starter, 5 points, 4 assists. So only 1 of 6 from the free throw line is a concern. Pulling things back, 10 Braves have scored in this game. All 13 scored last Sunday in their game against the Pilots, and critically lead the fast break point scoring 13-5. And that doesn't even include some of their secondary breaks and secondary action that might happen. We see long passes by the Braves, no matter if it's Landlord, no matter if it's Beast, throwing it up ahead to even Zaitsev or Michael Singletary. And if you're the Dreamers, that can't happen. You're already at a size and experience disadvantage. Lewis, the recipient of a couple of them. I think he only came in the second quarter. He's already got 5 points and 2 assists. For the Dreamers, if you're just joining us, choosing to go without Brendan Gilbeck, providing that defensive presence inside, instead trying to maybe match the Braves in offense with Stephen Hicks and Julian Boyd. There we see the combined team stats, the 20-point lead. Shooting percentages favoring the Braves, who are scoring 61% of their field goals, only 40% for the Dreamers, pretty much their average output. 3-pointers, pretty accurate. Only 11 attempts by the Braves is a little bit surprising. They're definitely having a big lead in rebounding. A little bit of a lead in assists and maybe more turnovers than they want, but it is a very fast-paced game right now, and therefore they might not mind too much. But if the Dreamers can't get the rebound and can't get steals, they're going to have a hard time in this one. They take 2 less shots than the Braves, but taking 2 more free throws, and that math is just not working out. More analysis after this.
好，来那个我们刚刚浪漫套组的5位靠近我这边。那我们的美腿肌得主靠近我们的总经理。好，你是美腿肌嘛？太棒了！好，那我们就请总经理来帮我颁发奖项。总经理右手边的都是浪漫套组。恭喜以上这几位朋友。那也跟大家说，最后一位对美腿肌的也要颁发给他。好，平均一下，我们来拍照。好，Momoko跟 Kiwi 也在靠近往你们的中间集中一点。好，看正前方哦。好 ，OK， 谢谢，恭喜以上5位朋友。来，总经理请留步，我们朋友可以先往后来回座位了。再来，总经理继续帮我要来颁发刚刚的得主。我要先来颁发成绩。刚刚在第1名最接近的是，我念到就出列哦，9号请出列，他距离我们的 Momoko 只有42公分。9号得主请出列。好，再来第2名，我先说9号。你可以获得20999元呢，赶快！9号 Momo 购物金，9号还没来是不是？好，再来第2名是5号，他以80公分可以获得我们的沙威龙与勇士的组合套组。再来第3名是1号，所以说前3名是951，来请书列。那其他的参加奖的朋友也欢迎一起来书列。好，来都先出列，我们一起来合影。好，1号，来1号在这边，好。9号呢？好，来前3名都在我这里，我们给他们奖项一下。好，来帮我，好，来2号一样往中间。好，我们先合影，请总经理一起合影，然后颁发这个奖牌。第1名是9号，9号在哪里？举手。好，那总经理帮我颁发给他，很厉害耶，42公分而已。那么同时也要跟大家说，可以看到除了有Momo购物金之外，我们还有沙威龙提供的今年勇士队特别与源自英国的抗菌第一品牌沙威龙一起来合作指定的抗菌防护伙伴，让各位现场的朋友可以更安心的观赛。好，谢谢，恭喜以上的得奖者、参赛者，我们来到后方来领奖，谢谢，也再次掌声谢谢总经理以及我们的Momo还有。
After a long road trip, the Braves open things up back at home with their Zhenzhou Shaonyu themed weekend. Better ask somebody about who's being saved. Right now, the Dreamers need a little bit of saving. Rando Walco is the top scorer with 11 points, followed by Hicks, 9. Jeff, Kenny, Boyd with 5 apiece. I would say, though, scoring is not a huge concern for the Dreamers. Right now, scoring the basketball from the field at 40%. Meanwhile, Singletary 18, Zysef with 11, 7 for 3 others. But the defense will be the key. Quick break before back with the rest of the action. Now people of any nationality can apply for work-related visas to enter Taiwan. It's only possible because we get our vaccination numbers up and practice good COVID-19 safe habits. So as I mentioned, the Dreamers right now scoring the basketball at 40% field goal percentage. Their season average only 37.5. So the offense is not that big of a deal, but coming into this game, the Dreamers are supposed to be the best defensive team. They allow the fewest points, 87.6 per game. Right now, the Braves well on the way to surpass that. In fact, have a chance at 130 points. If they replicate the first half, Michael Singletary, the player getting the highlight package treatment, on his way to a possible triple-double. That's only happened once this season by Jordan Tolbert. The biggest thing is the Braves get whatever they want on offense, whether it's their set plays or it's some simple handoff and screen and roll action. But also critical is their fast break attack. Be interesting to see how the Braves manage their rotation for the rest of the game. All 13 players have made an appearance. 3 players to not score. Lai Tingun, their point guard, Li Mengxue, who started the game but only has played 8:40, and their young center Zheng Xiangjun, 2:05. Don't forget the Braves also waiting on the return of Josh Zhou Guiyu, who's currently in quarantine after playing the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. On the Dreamer side of things, nine players have made it on the floor, including one, Stephen Hicks. It's the same starting step for them in the second half. Jeff missing the runner to the left. Braves, same starters, sans Ray, Li Mengxue for Zheng Wending, who's playing the arm hook game, driving left. Early foul on the Dreamers. Landlord will go to the line. This season, heading into the game, 5 of 6. One of those players will not stuff the stat sheet, but kind of tick every box. He misses a pair. Heads turned around. There's a foul call on the help. Two quick fouls, kind of breaking up the rhythm of the third quarter. As I mentioned, the Braves are usually vulnerable in the third quarter, usually down 1.3 points per game. That's their overall average. Walco, jump pass to Jeff. Hardly any action going. Spain pick and roll. Trying to get Boyd with power. Can't get it over Michael Singletary. Will get another chance on the bot. Called for the foul by the number 10 official. They're going to try to go at Michael Singletary, maybe to get after his fatigue level or for a foul situation. As Walco springs free, missing the 3. Now Hicks jumping, but came up empty. Jet spinning, taking a tough shot, leaving it short. Looks like it'll be out of bounds off the Dreamers. No score yet in the third quarter. Out of bounds. Just gonna stay with the Braves. kind of looking to see one of the Dreamers start face guarding all the Braves. Was a successful tactic. Another deep shot, blanks out. Mako given space, but choosing the dribble now. Hand off to Kenny. Going to the basket. That's his play style, and Hicks took Kenny on the rebound. Now Zaisev takes it away from them. Michael Singletary brought a defender to Joe, almost caused a turnover. The Braves are looking for Zaisev on the block. Deep possession, easy lay-in. A lot of pointing and looking at each other on the Dreamers side of things. Deep pass, now deep shot. Boyd, too strong. Jet on the fast break to Joseph Lin. Flying out. Zaisev looking for his opportunity, overshoots the layup. Frustrated with himself. Boyd. If one's tapped out, they're gonna let it play as Jet. Nobody back, will lay it in. Referees say that came off the cylinder. Now Boyd trying to get it back in the face of Singletary, getting the foul and the bucket. Definitely a tough call because Singletary gave way eventually. Gonna be 3 personal on Michael Singletary. Get another look from our angle. Boyd at the line with his routine. Eventually getting the roll. The game has reached 8 points, 3 of 12 from the field. No substitutions yet in the second half. Jet, stopped by Jeff. Throw that into Waco's hands, 2-on-2. Had that one erased by Michael Singletary, but there's Kenny to back him up. Those two are good buds. Backdoor to Jet. Butterfingers out of bounds. There's Roger. Can't be happy. I mentioned they had only 7 turnovers in the first half, which might be acceptable, but piling up now. Hicks taking an open 3, an easy make. Still a big difference in the scoreboard, but kind of feel like the Dreamers are going to be happy with this quick little run. Jet taking a tough fadeaway, left it short again. Gonna make that adjustment. Hicks feeling himself from 3, got it. Now a timeout by the Braves. The man that they needed is kind of familiar face, but a newcomer on the team. Devin Hicks, 2 threes in a row. Don't give up on the game yet. We'll be back after this.
我选第1位好不好？今天一样选3位，成为我们勇士的会员。哦，有第1位，谢谢你，用行动进场支持之外，也支持小夫。好，看上大荧幕，正是我们第1位的会员。好，掌声送给他。再来，比尔继续找第2位跟第3位。每一场比赛第3节第1个暂停，自动自发举起你 自己制作的应援手举牌。好，再来看一下大荧幕，这个是为了杰米而来的哦，非常用心制作520，是我们 Angels 杰米的生日，恭喜你！第2位会员找到了。
Welcome back to the broadcast.
3位。
A fan bringing in a sign of one of the cheerleaders.
所以今天没有拿到的没关系。比尔
Really smart on Travis to know that that's the cheerleader's
看一
birthday.
下，但是不要挑错颜
Anyways,
色
plenty
哦
of fans
你那边附近有蛮多
also giving their well wishes to the conflict, the invasion of Russia into
比
Ukraine.
尔你就继续来找寻喽。
Ukrainian member far from home is Igor Zaisev. Signed his first pro contract as a teenager, and as I mentioned, played for 3 Ukrainian teams before heading overseas. Though Zaisev has taken a dip in terms of performance, and you could say that about the Braves in general. Only having the first place spot 3 weeks of the Plus League season so far. We're into week 13 now. We bring Jackie in for Jet. Michael Singletary pops open and knocks down the 3 from the corner. Now Kenny with space leaves it short. Long rebound to Boyd. Leaves hit short. An extra rebound stat for him. A little bit quiet here as Joseph Lin pulls up from 3. Boyd to Kenny. Corner 3 off the side of the backboard. Bad miss, and the Braves aren't in any hurry. Now a foul call. Kenny, of course, known as a physical defender. I know, see his way back to the bench. He already got 4 personal. Calvin, Doug, the players coming in for the Dreamers. Achi right now guarding Joe. Spain pick and roll. Joseph Lin makes the lefty lay-in. This is a slow developing play where Jackie almost came over too late. 9 points for Palo Alto native as stripped off of the hands and off the legs of Boyd. Turnover Dreamers. He screened the screener. Calvin stepped up to block Zaisev, but guy making the shot was number 1. Now Joseph Lin, foul by Aji. Again, playing hard. But they also need to get a lot of turnovers and not commit too many fouls. Right now, even at 3 on the quarter. The second quarter right now, 13-9 in favor of the Dreamers. Zaisev left open, lays in the reverse. Missed assignment, but that's the danger of having a good screener and having a deadly shooter on the same play. Pin down for Doug, but Achi trying to get out of the way of Joe Lin. Now Hicks through 3 Braves ends up finishing with a bank shot. Right now the lead is 16 as Doug got his arms on Singletary. That'd be a foul call. Doug Creighton, not a very young man himself, 37 years old. He's the oldest member of the Dreamers, signed out of the SBL. His last team was the Yulong Dinosaurs. Previously also played Puyuan, Taiwan Trust, Taiwan Beer, back to Puyuan. What a whirlwind. The only team then in the current set of 5 SBL teams he didn't play on was Jotai Technology. Couple makes for number 17. They got the switch. But there's a deep shot by Calvin. Miss, and Doug committing the loose ball foul, trying to get in there and mix it up with Zaisev. Rebounding wise, of course. A couple fouls in a minute span. There's gonna be more free throws. Well, they can't completely replicate the script in their opening day comeback. Might need a humongous performance, like, say, record 47 points in a game. That happened earlier today. Nick Faust with the Lioneers. The Steelers, despite having the home debut of Anthony Bennett, were no match, even with Captain Lou making his return. They didn't score very efficiently for 22, as Zaisev this time commits the foul, and they're going to count the continuation. So, young man Doug Creighton getting the extra bucket and one. The mix up by the Braves, and that does make sense to me. You see Samuel Degara, a nice button down. If you pay close attention, the Braves collaborated with Line to create their own sticker set. Special reaction stickers. The Dreamers did so, I believe, last season, but those have discontinued. So if you didn't buy them, you've missed out. Lewis trying to drive. There's a foul call. No, it's 3 in the quarter. That was ahead of our colleagues at Momo. More free throws. Before this trip, 4 for 6, now 5 for 7. 2 free throws by the Dreamers. Lewis, Jianwei Lu. Out of Sifan University. One of many players out of Nansan High School. Ball out of bounds. They're going to say it's going to stay with the Dreamers. Got really good microphones working in this game. Haji pops out on top. Doug on the pin down. Poked away by Lewis. Going to put his hands in the funny spot and was lucky with it, but the fast break no good. It's kind of a rather inexperienced, relatively speaking, group as Calvin commits the foul on Beast. This is where you're in a tough spot. You want to play aggressively, get some steals, but if the Braves protect the basketball, it's just going to be more free throws. Boyd's in for Hicks. Hicks did have one of the standout performances in last year's postseason. 42 points in game 1 right here. Hoping, but kind of lost in the shuffle because of Amigo making the 3. The referee said at the buzzer, though, admittedly, Hoping's hardware had some issues, so the baskets don't light up at the same time. They don't count down with the same timing. It did happen on the basket that the referees agreed would not count. Hachi missing a 3, and Derek almost stuffing in the putback. Funny sequence there, just trying to find a teammate, running low on time. Getting the foul on Duncan Yu. It's Jackie. Braves trying to find a little bit more energy. They're getting a little stagnant with not a lot of made buckets. Excuse me, like I said, lots of free throw trips. Right now, not that it's a 1-for-1 exchange, but 10 free throws to 10 field goal attempts. They are 5 of 10, which is good. The Dreamers, meanwhile, in this quarter, only 7 of 21. Derek missing the first free throw. Right now, 7 offensive boards in the quarter. Second attempt, number 26. Landlord now bringing the basketball down. Pieces in the game as Calvin goes down. Xiangjun with a deep pass. Taishin with it, finally getting the lay-in. When you talk about good basketball vision, that's kind of it. Seeing through the whole floor is getting to the assist. Derek spinning in the face of Xiangjun, able to get the hook shot. Decent defense by the youngster, not good enough. And now Calvin called for the foul, hanging on to Xiangjun. Number 7, last year with the Lioneers. Always check in on how he's adjusting to the Dreamer system. Missing. Made 2 fouls. He's only taken 1 shot so far. Makes the second. Last Saturday, Calvin played 24 minutes, got 8 points, but 5 turnovers. Doug to Derek. Good read there. Now Landlord faking a drive on Boyd. Beast to Xiangjun, able to lay it in. Doug might have got away with a pushing foul from behind. The neon green shoes handed off. Lewis, this time lucky with the hands again, but this time out of bounds. Get another look at that one. Beast having himself an assist game. That's 4. Now trying to guard Derek. Fade away, no good this time. Braves have a chance to score 100 before the 4th quarter. We'll see how it goes. Landlord hanging on to it till it's Singletary. Step back, no. Looks like off of Lewis, out of bounds. Energy in this building a little bit sucked out. Not for the home team losing, just kind of lacking that flair or that scoring run. So in some ways, credit to the Dreamers to still have a chance in this one. Doug getting the bounce. That's 3. Maybe this is the start of the comeback. That's Xiangjun jumping it to Landlord, and Doug Called for a holding foul on Singletary. That's a set play they've run pretty much all game. Got a post up, shooter across, guy slipping down from the free throw line. 4 fouls by Doug Creighton. Made free throw, 4 fouls in a quarter. I'm imagining that might be approaching the league record. I know it will be a league record if he fouls out in a quarter. Don't make me look that up. Pair of makes for Singletary. Derek from the high post trying to find a teammate. Eventually getting the foul. Looks like it'll be on number 21, Zhen Xiangjun. He formerly played with Chinese Taipei Team White, which is kind of like the youth team, the team in training. Other members of the World Qualifying national team include Ling Zhen from the Pilots, Wang Luxiang from the Steelers, and newest member of the Steelers, Zhou Yixiang. Right now, the Dreamers trying to pull up their free throw percentage, sitting at 61. Looks like a guy entered the lane early, so Derek will get another chance. Zhen Xiangjun. If I remember correctly, his nickname is Ku Sui Gao Lun. Don't make me repeat that translation. This time a miss will actually count. Landlord rebound. B slipping to the basket, finding space, and getting the putback. Catching the Dreamers falling asleep. There were 2 guys on him. Derek, before falling out of bounds, gets it to Calvin. Now poked away. Active hands and Beast crossing things over. Thought about Mike Singletary giving it out. Now Mike lost focus, out of bounds. Well, it could have been a devastating blow. Instead, just out of bounds. Now at the basket, Achi makes the runner. Got a whistle and a delay going on. Sounds like a delay of game warning. Now the biggest single quarter comeback, or spread I should say, in the second season is 20 points. And now the Dreamers find themselves down by 19. That was game 15, Lioneers and Kings. Deep 3 by Singletary, left short. As Boyd's trying to start the break. Running low on time, Calvin. We're gonna call goaltending right now. Let's see if the Braves want to challenge it. Landlord's pretty adamant he got it in time. Getting confirmation from the referees if he wants to see that one over again. A long conversation with the crew chief. Play will remain as is. Landlord touched the basketball and won't get a chance at a shot. The Braves open up even more so in the third quarter. No, Dreamers get back 3, but a long way to go as Hicks will find his shoes and find his form back. We'll go to break.
位是，哎，今天是我们哇和蔼可亲的杰哥。现场的朋友，你的右手像我这样跟杰哥共组一个爱心。接下来交给你们哦，很难得可以看向，哎，欢迎我们的董事长，右手举起来就可以跟杰哥共组一个爱心哦。好，就是你了，右手，右手，记得是右手。对，也欢迎大家记录一下。来，右手借给杰哥，共组大爱心。欢迎情侣朋友也可以一起。来，这位美女右手举起，很好，跟杰哥共组一个爱心。没错，很难得看到杰哥这么粉嫩的少女心。来，右手，右手，右手。来，这位美女右手，对。没错，来帅哥，右手右手，不是左手，右手，对。来 Angels 右手 ，OK， 也可以自己共组一个大小爱心。来，这位美女右手借给杰哥哦，借给我们野兽杰哥。董事长再一次借我你的右手，来跟右手右手借给杰哥，对，谢谢。好，这位美女右手右手。好，谢谢。这位美女，右手借右手借给杰哥。大家记得右手哦。对，右手，跟杰哥共组少女心的爱心。来，小朋友，右手借给志杰叔叔。来，这位美女，欢迎，恭喜你上电视喽。
Tomorrow, the Kings are in Kaohsiung to take on the Steelers, while the Pilots come to Taipei and try to solve the Braves.
也可以自己比爱心。好，来，比赛来到第
4 of course
节了，
choosing
最
to
后一
go
样，
with
加
no
油声来
import
借给勇
centers,
士
so
队。Let's go
Devin
富邦
Robinson
这
and
次
Jordan Tolbert kind of play the 5 in a kind of a makeshift center situation. Back here in Taipei, Chen Xiangjun, listed at center, will be joining Zaitsev. Trying to protect the paint in the last quarter, possibly. Jackie inbounds it to Joseph Lin. So I mentioned there was bad flow in the last quarter, but a combined of 59 points. Joseph Lin takes his time, aims it up, missing the 3. Zaitsev untangles from Derek, get back on defense. Jackie will be called for the foul as Hicks falls back onto the floor. They'll try it again. Doug Creighton on screen. According to my math, he's played 16 minutes just about. Achi to Hicks. To Walco. Doug Creighton somehow springs free, makes the 3-point shot. Now, Dreamers just down by 14. Joseph Lin to Jet. He answers. I haven't said Jet's name much since the first quarter. Right now, 12 points. Achi, that shot erased. No doubts about goaltending there. Joe Lin, alley to Xiangjun, who left it short. Didn't catch it cleanly. Dreamers a chance to get 2 back. Hicks gets all the way to the basket. Recall the Braves did call a timeout in the third quarter after 2 quick Hicks 3-pointers. Joe Lin floats it to Zaitsev. In amongst 3 Dreamers, airballs it. There's Xiangjun, who blows the layup off the Joe Lin save. Gonna hear about that. Achi kicks it to Walco. His 3, no good. And Derek claiming it was off of Xiangjun. Though everybody stopped playing because they thought Joe Lin stepped out of bounds. Did he? Well, it's close. Oh, got out of Xiangjun's hand, so not so cool right now. Be our challenge First challenge of the game. Distance. Dreamers issue that timeout. They're feeling pretty good about themselves right now. Down by 15. Feeling like they're in better flow. Stephen Hicks has definitely been a positive for them in this game. As I mentioned, came in and just played 10 games. The Dreamers a little bit more comfortable than Anthony Tucker and Jaron Young, the import duo from the ABL, which got cut short. So the two referees back there. Give it a look. It will be Dreamers basketball, so successful challenge. They'll have another one if they choose so. As I mentioned, regular season 22 points, 12 rebounds, 2 steals per game for Hicks. Push that up to 9 games played, 38 minutes played per game, 27 points, 15 rebounds, 1.8 assists, 1.8 steals. Fade away, and there's Hicks with a rebound, but blocked by Zaisev. Calling for a foul, but Zaisev is a lot taller than you, so not an easy task for sure. Jet driving on Walco. Kicks it out. Joe Lin with space to Zaisev. He'll get the foul as Derek looks like he took a shot to the private parts. Give him a second to recover from that. Feeling a little bit of discomfort, just hanging into his position. Another look at that one. As Zaisev was taking his shot. Hopefully inadvertently. Also took a shot on the opponent. Derek's up now. Kind of awkward position to be in. Maybe we should advise Nick to not stare so much. Zaisev still with a trip to the free throw line. Maybe we should advise our cameraman to give Derek some privacy. In the corner now as get a rest. Zaisev missing the first free throw. Makes the second. Zaisev, 32 years old. According to my notes from Trechov. I'm sure I did not pronounce that correctly, as Doug Creighton, another 3 made. Well, this game, 有点意思. Something a little interesting. Down by 13. 9.5 minutes to go. Bounce pass to Zaisev. Kicking it to Smart, who's driving it. Gets loose, elbow jumper, no good. Winston couldn't get the board, and the Dreamers with a chance to go on a run. Jeff to Doug, back to Jeff. He loves his dribble moves, going left now. Winston in his way. Smart, this time in the corner. Retreats, giving Zaisev his space. From the top, his 3 in and out. Well, I mentioned the third quarter with 2 minutes left. They had a chance to get to 100, but not 100 yet for the Braves. This shot by the Dreamers. Jet driving, getting the foul, not the basket, go to the line. This quarter right now, 8-4 in favor of the Dreamers. Right now, critically for the Dreamers, taking 9 shots and 4 free throws, which are both marks higher than the Braves. Chen makes the first free throw. And the second, so that brings him to 14 points. 28 points against the Steelers a few weeks back. Gave everyone the impression that Jet had a bounce-back performance and is back to form. Last week against the Pilots, a modest 4 points on 2 of 11 shooting. Boyd on top of Joseph Lin for 2. Kind of dislodge Winston, no problem. Jet in the corner, driving on Walco. Spinning, fade away, got it. Boyd from top will try it, bouncing out. Chance to make it a couple in a row. Joseph Lin looks to Winston. Jet from the corner this time. He splashes it. It's 3. That's the kind of roll he'll get, especially if he gets the same look, I guess, from the same angle as Boyd. Jump past to Jeff. His counter, no. Left short and two-handed all the way to the other end. Joseph Lin flushes the net clean again. Timeout on the floor. Braves putting on a run. Trying to finish this one off here in Taipei. Go to a break, back after this.
往前。想要礼物可以站起来，我比较会发现你们。好，客队后面我知道
Good crowd here in Heping Stadium in Taipei. While the HBL semifinals roars on, the final game should have tipped off just about now. For the longest time, high school basketball was all the rage, and in some ways still is. Highly televised event, lots of emotions. But it's not the only league that gets a lot of publicity. UBA's built up their league. It was a very popular, very well-watched finals. The same format, both hosted by the Ministry of Education. Hicks forces up one. Winston, successful defense and got the rebound. And now there's, you could consider 4 pro leagues in Taiwan now. 3 men's, 1 women's. Jet from the top, feeling himself. That one is out. Now to the basket. Achi again on the right side. Giving an extra thought to our cameraman. The lead's 18 with a little bit more than 6 minutes to go. Singletary in as the import for the Braves. Hicks for the Dreamers. Left open. There's Singletary. No good. And Landlord couldn't get the putback. Achi to Doug with momentum. It's out, and there'll be a loose ball foul as Hicks goes to the ground. one of those fouls where kind of get a little lucky and it'll be called on whoever doesn't have the basketball. Third personal foul on Joseph Lin. And a look at Aji beating Singletary, who pointed out Aji as a player he's been impressed with last season during the Yangjiang Mangsima. That was during a stretch where Anthony Tucker wasn't selected for the active roster, but Aji pouring in the points. Nobody really ready to inbound it. Now it's going to be Aji. 8 points in this contest. Derek with his shot rattles it home. Back to a 15-point lead. Joseph Lin pushed out on the handoff. Jet getting Kenny out of the way, and it's going to be an offensive foul. Determined Kenny got in his space, and Jet interfered in his. Counted as a stop for the Dreamers. First target, get it under double digits. Hicks spinning on Winston, spinning again. Jet's there for the steal. Too fast for Derek. 3-on-2. Joseph Lin, beneficiary, scoring the basket, and there's a timeout. That's how quickly things can transpire, especially when you put Jet and Joseph Lin together. They might be veterans, but they run the floor hard, and you never know when Jet will get his hands in there for those help steals. Let's listen into the Dreamers.
Take the way. Okay? Step to the front. Okay? I want to pick up full like a motherfucker. Okay? The backcourt. The guy who's on the inbounder is going to be trapping. Aggressive. Okay? And when we get back here, we're 55, but aggressive. Trap the first ball screen. Trap it.
Hey, as soon as the ball passes you, you gotta sprint back.
Hey, I got no timeouts. If it doesn't work for shit, just go back to regular. Okay?
Come on, yo, come on.
Together, 1, 2, 3.
Keep fighting.
Let's go.
So you heard it, Coach Julius gonna put on the pressure now. The Dreamers can make a run and cut it to single digits, who knows? As we see Jet helping out, going the floor, Joseph Lin down in the middle. Now with Michael Singletary on the floor, they don't run too many pick and rolls in the fourth quarter. With Ira Zaitsev though, that is their go-to, so pay attention to if that pick and roll comes. Aji in at point right now. Doug guarded by Winston, former teammates. To the corner, Beast poked it out of bounds. Try it again. Aji turns and finds himself open. Missing the shot badly. We'll get an extra second to reset. Basketball goes between the LED board and the media table. So maybe the Braves anticipating the press. Have a couple guys in the backcourt. Have 3 guys, in fact. Winston, after the inbounds, charge ahead. be active with their hands. And we've got the post up. Winston the three. Bangs it. Seen a dip in his three-point shooting. Winston knocks down that one. This season only a 21% three-point shooter. There's a miss by Doug in the corner. Braves lead back up to 20 again. There's a foul. Couldn't get the basket though, as Jet doing the backward somersault. He's all right, they say. Look, Doug overcommitting on the help. At the line once again is number 3, last year's MVP, Jet, making the first. The Braves on the afternoon, 23 of 30 for 76.7%. Way above the league average of 67%, something I always have to apologize for. Jackie will come into the game. One of those microwave off the bench sharpshooters. He's marking Kenny, switched on to Doug. Kenny trying to beat Beast. Going left, block shot, Hicks. Trying to save it and getting the putback. He's so resilient down there on the block. You know he's not the tallest of imports, tallest of any players. Inbounds coming up for the Braves. Hicks listed at 198 centimeters, 6'6". Jet shoots it in his face, clanks it. Kenny, nice control, didn't get the bounce though. Golden era players for the Braves, no imports. The only addition is Jackie. Takes a long two. Bricks that one. This one might be running down, but no subs in for the Dreamers as Walco misses the close one. Winston running the floor, blocked by Hicks. Big time erase. Still playing hard and creating somewhat of a highlight. We get a word from Coach Julius. Get another look at that one. Winston running the floor hard, but might want to consider using a pump fake next time. Hicks will take a seat. Boyd in his place. Now Doug committing another foul. Looks like he already knew he was heading to the bench. 5 personal fouls, 15 points by Doug Creighton. Like myself, fellow alumni of Taipei American School in, you probably can guess it, Taipei. Winston will go to the line. Winston's one of the rare Division II high school players, just like Beast. Beast out of Geelong Maritime High School. Winston out of Geelong Tech School, which is a Division II basketball school. Walco can't finish close again. We'll get another chance, but blocked by Jackie. Run out opportunity. Winston steps left, passes left to Lewis. Can't finish the play. Loose basketball, look out. More than 2 minutes to play. Fancy pass by Achi, and Lewis commits the foul on the block. depending on the results of this free throw, Achi has got 2 assists, maybe 3. We see Jackie Tangering, a leaper. Another player with not a crazy amount of notoriety at the student levels. Went to Quinsan High School before making it over to NTSU, literally the athletic university. The athletes university, I should say. Former Dreamer, 2018 through 20, and then a pilot for a season. Their inaugural season, of course. Jason Wang Zhiyuan checks into the game. Not had a ton of playing time in his rookie season, but he's in now. Lai Tingun working with Meng Xue. Calvin tries to take the charge, not called. Jackie driving, dishing. Driving and kicking is Lewis. Lai Tingun left to take a tough mid-range. He hits it. Just playing some basketball out there. Wang Zhiyuan himself a native out of Changhua, where the Dreamers played for 4 or 5 seasons. Kenny, Calvin, smart with a disciplined defense. Calvin outmaneuvering him. Coming into this game, Jason only had 2.5 minutes played. Lewis, and Boyd on him, trying to get around, and that's a steal attempt. They don't call the shot clock violation. Calvin fakes, misses the layup. Scramble for the rebound, out of bounds. Looks like it'll stay with the Dreamers. Got a minute left, but the Braves approaching a high scoring mark in this one. .118 right now. Our highest scoring game. Looking this up. Could have been the overtime game. 神仙打架. Scoring average is 92 points before this weekend. Boyd spinning his way to a lay-in. Good display of fundamentals there. Kind of putting the finishing touches on this one. Jackie rails a 3. Kenny missing the layup. Little difference between shot clock and game clock. 120 was the season high, and indeed broken in this one. Lai Tingun playing a little fast and loose with the basketball. It looks like he'll take the turnover. The referees might let that one go as the head coaches shake hands. This final 121 to 101. Appropriate being that we're here in Taipei, home of former tallest building in the world. Thank you for watching this edition of Plus League Basketball. I've been your solo broadcaster, Ryan Chen, on a pink-filled Saturday matchup. The home team takes the W in their Zhenjiu Saonyu theme weekend. As we see Zaisef get a quick word with Coach Thomas of the Dreamers. The Braves win the first, second, and fourth quarters. The Dreamers maybe had some positives in there, but turning in such a defensive performance got to be a little bit of a downer for them. Braves shoot 53% from the field. Wasn't having a crazy offensive rebounding game. The Dreamers, in fact, grabbed 20 boards of their own. And sticking around some post-game entertainment. But for you, the audience on the broadcast, we're setting up for a post-game interview. And it's going to be Jet 张宗宪。
就是跟队友的配合就是比较好，然后大家都知道上场就是该做什么工作，然后去执行好我们团队的一些计划这样子。
Jet saying that trying to know their own roles and execute. Asked about the high-scoring game, high-scoring nature of this one. Former Dreamer
其实就是没有
Jet
想
asked
那么
about
多，就
playing
是
against
要
his
保
former
持
team.
正常的心，因为毕竟那也是去年的事情了嘛。那今年我们的目标就是放在更后面季后赛，甚至是总冠军。那其实这场比赛就当
Jet
做
saying
是
trying to
就是调
be
整整个
even
团队
keeled
的化
about
学
it.
效应这样子。
The big goal is to win the chip. Asked about the import combination.
我觉得他们两个就是在技术上面是完全没有问题，然后就是怎么样他们可以保持健康，然后可以
two imports,
打完这个
Singletary
赛季，
and
然后帮助我们可以
Zaitsev,
达到更
so skilled
更远大的目标
and
这
so
样。
veteran. They can play through some of these injuries. Jets line today, 21 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. One last break. Be sure to leave a like. I'll be right here to wrap things up from Heping Gymnasium. In his return back to action, Igor Zaitsev scored 18 points, grabbed 9 rebounds, and felt the support by the home crowd here after getting a little taste of it on the road. All of our thoughts with those affected by the incursion, the invasion, the war Russia is conducting on Ukraine. Preview for tomorrow's matchup, mentioned it in the broadcast, Kings at Steelers, Pilots right here against the Braves. English broadcast for that 5 p.m. tip. So both teams, the Dreamers and the Braves, had 5 players score in double digits. But 25 points for Singletary, 18 points for Zaitsev, 21 for Jet. Leading a strong effort by the Braves were 12 players got on the scoreboard. They were efficient from 2-point range, 59%, efficient from 3-point range with a 40%, and good from the free throw line. So it was one of those games. Meanwhile, the Dreamers see their average go down. They played with a lot of aggression and a lot of effort still in the second half, but the shooting percentage kind of falling off, unsuccessful with their putbacks. But that's kind of what happens when you're a smaller sized team. Well, on behalf of Mark, Sam, the 6 teams and the league, and everybody involved in our Plus League operations, I'm Ryan Chen. Thank you for watching this one. Be sure to leave a like, and we'll see you in the next one.